So, chances are you've heard of the Z-Pak, right? It's one of the most prescribed antibiotics out there for a reason. But here's the thing you might not know: how it can interact with other common things you take. We're talking everything from over-the-counter remedies to your daily prescriptions. Today, we're breaking down exactly what your doctor really wishes you knew. Just imagine this for a second. You get a prescription to knock out some nasty bacterial infection, and all you want is to feel better. But what if something else you're taking, something as simple as an antacid for heartburn, could actually be messing with it? Well, let's find out. All right, first things first, let's just quickly get on the same page about what this everyday antibiotic actually is. So, azithromycin. This thing is a real workhorse. Doctors prescribe it for all kinds of stuff, from bronchitis to sinus infections. You've probably heard it called Zithromax or, the famous Z-Pak. It's incredibly common, which is exactly why we need to be talking about this. And the second big word for today is interaction. This is the key to this whole explainer. It's really simple. It just means that one substance can change how a drug is supposed to work. It could make the drug weaker, or in some cases, it can actually make the side effects a whole lot worse. Okay, so we've got the basics down. Now let's get into the real heart of it. When medicines just don't mix. What are the key drugs you really need to be watching out for? Just take a look at these categories. Wow, we're talking about incredibly common things here. Antacids like Maalox, antidepressants like Lexapro, super important blood thinners, and even birth control pills. This really shows you that drug interactions aren't just for some rare, complicated medications. They can happen with stuff many of us use every single day. So that table gives us a great bird's eye view. But I want to zoom in on 3 of the most common and potentially serious interactions you really should know about. Let's kick things off with something you can just grab off the shelf at any pharmacy: antacids. You might pop one for heartburn and not even think twice about it. So here's the deal. Antacids with aluminum or magnesium in them can literally block your body from absorbing the azithromycin properly. All of a sudden, that antibiotic is way less effective at fighting your infection. But the good news? The solution is really just about timing. All you got to do is create a 2-hour window either before or after your antibiotic dose, and you should be good to go. All right, next up, let's talk about a class of drugs that so many people rely on for their mental well-being: certain antidepressants. Okay, the issue here is that they share a potential side effect. Both azithromycin and common antidepressants, like Lexapro or Prozac, can affect your heart's rhythm. So when you take them together, you're actually increasing the risk of a potentially serious irregular heartbeat. And that's why it is absolutely crucial to tell your doctor. They'll help you figure out if it's safe and might even want to monitor your heart with an ECG just to be sure. And finally, let's dig into a really critical interaction with a powerful blood thinner called Warfarin, which you might know by its brand name, Jantivin. Now, this one is serious. Azithromycin can basically put Warfarin into overdrive, making your blood much thinner than it's supposed to be. And that significantly raises your risk of dangerous bleeding. The main takeaway here is you've got to be vigilant. If you're on both of these, keep an eye out for any weird bruising or bleeding and tell your doctor right away. They're going to need to monitor you very, very closely. Okay, so let's move beyond the pharmacy counter, because it's not just other prescriptions. Turns out things like alcohol and even certain vaccines can be a factor here too. Let's knock out a few common questions. First up, alcohol. Well, there's no direct chemical clash, but they both can cause side effects like nausea, so mixing them might just make you feel pretty miserable. As for supplements, there aren't any known issues, but the golden rule is always, and I mean always, tell your doctor. Oh, and here's a really specific one. Azithromycin can make the live cholera vaccine less effective, so timing is everything. And this brings us to such a vital piece of the puzzle. It's not just about what you're taking right now, it's also about your own body's history and existing conditions. So there are 2 major red flags, what doctors call contraindications. If you've ever had an allergic reaction to azithromycin, or if you've had liver problems after taking it before, your doctor is almost certainly going to pick a different medication for you. It's all about keeping you safe. And beyond those hard stops, other conditions can raise your risk of side effects. A history of liver problems, kidney problems, heart rhythm issues, those all require a really careful conversation with your doctor. Same goes for myasthenia gravis, or if you happen to be pregnant or breastfeeding. Seriously, being honest about your health history is your #1 safety tool. Okay, phew, we have covered a lot of potential problems. So let's wrap this up on the most empowering note possible. What can you actually do to prevent these interactions and take your medication safely? It really comes down to these three simple but incredibly powerful steps. 1. Talk openly. Tell your doctor your full health history. 2. Share everything. Give them a complete list of every single thing you take, not just prescriptions, but every vitamin, herb, and supplement. And 3. Read carefully. Look at that info sheet that comes with your medicine. And remember, your pharmacist is an amazing resource if you have any questions at all. At the end of the day, preventing a bad interaction isn't just on your doctor. It's a partnership. And that partnership, it starts with a conversation. So next time you're getting a prescription, what's the one question you're going to ask to make sure you're an active partner in your own health?